This is all about how I learned to relieve my seasonal allergies naturally. Granted, this is not going to be for everybody, but when I discovered this method last year, I was kind of like, why didn't I know this years and years ago? So really quick, just to share my backstory and explain where I'm coming from. And before I get into that, make sure you hit subscribe so that we get more notifications for natural remedies like this, especially for skin. So I developed seasonal allergies when I was about 15. It initially started out with just like itchy, watery eyes and sneezing. And then if I tried to go outside and do any kind of gardening, I would break out in hives wherever the stuff was touching my skin. It was awful. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It was terrible. So the way I coped was to just basically hide inside, which is awful because it was summer and I was a kid and I wanted to go outside and enjoy the weather, you know. So fast forward to 2016, maybe even 2017, I noticed a significant uptick in my symptoms. They've gotten significantly worse. More things was causing my allergies to trigger. I have heard that some people have developed allergies after having kids. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I just had my second kiddo. But my new symptoms were itchy mouth, itchy throat, which is scary. And it was happening indoors and outdoors. And I wasn't even getting relief from my allergies even when I was sleeping. Like I could feel like my eyes were itching and irritated even when I was sleeping. So I had heard, because of Instagram stories, I was talking about it, asking other people, hey, what have you tried to do that helps you? I had heard from somebody that said, hey, try switching your allergy medication that you use. Don't use the same one year after year. You can get used to it. So I said, okay, I'll try switching it up. So I'll buy the expensive stuff now and see if it'll work. Because before I was able to get away with like super cheap $5 stuff and it used to work great, but that was no longer working. So I switched it up. I tried Claritin, Allegra, Zyrtec. I can't even remember what all it was. Those are the pill forms. I was using Flonase in addition to the pill. And then I was using this over-the-counter eye drop with this special ingredient. I'll have to look it up and share it in the comments below which one that was, but it was a special ingredient specifically to help relieve itchy, watery eyes, which, come to find out, you're only supposed to use it, I believe, 3 times a day. And I was using it like candy in my eyes because they were so itchy and miserable. I was reapplying the eye drops every 20 minutes or so, and it still was not giving me any kind of relief. I was still miserable. I had no idea what to do or how to soothe it. I was thinking like maybe I should go get allergy shots. Maybe that's the next step. So one day I was listening to a podcast, and normally she doesn't talk about seasonal allergies, but she happened to during this particular podcast. So kind of piqued my interest a little bit. But she mentioned something about essential oils help her allergies. Now, I'm not an essential oil distributor. I don't make them. I don't sell them. That's my disclaimer. So I was kind of like, okay, whatever. That's interesting, but I'm not gonna think too much into it. So that was until my allergies decided to come on, even my symptoms decided to come on even earlier than normal. Usually it's in like March time frame to August is when my seasonal allergies are the worst. And I have noticed they have been stretching out longer and longer. So it's more like a 6-month period instead of just like this really small block of time where hey, I'm going to be super miserable. So prepare. So I started, this particular day last year, my allergies were driving me crazy. It was earlier than normal and I had no allergy medication in the house. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try the essential oils. I already have them in my fridge. I'll try it and see what happens. Nothing could hurt. So I took some of the essential oils that I had, and then I got a pot. put it on the stove to create a steaming action. And then I added the peppermint, the eucalyptus, the tea tree, and the lavender. And I just let it simmer all day. So that way it was on super duper low. So that way just creating a steaming effect. It was instant relief. I could not believe it helped. I would stand over the steam and breathe it in, and it was helping my eyes. It was calming them down. So it was making me not itch and rub and tug at my eyes. It was calming down the sneezing. And it was calming down my skin too. And then even like the throat, because my throat started to get tight, itchy. Just all being indoors. I wasn't even outside, and it was this bad. It was just, I kept escalating year after year after year. My allergy symptoms were getting worse and worse. And it was pretty scary, quite frankly. So after a lot of research, and then looking at some different video blogs and looking at other naturopath doctors, they were explaining how different, and I'm not going to get into it, but they were explaining how different essential oils can help specifically with seasonal allergy symptoms, and explain how it reduces the inflammation and things that trigger your allergies to freak out. Which after I figured out the steaming water on the stovetop was helping, I was like, okay, I can't do this all the time, but in a pinch, it works. So I was like, okay, this works. This oil blend works. So I ordered a roller pack on Amazon. I'm going to include links down below so that you can see exactly what I bought. I got the essential oil rollers with a steel ball in a glass bottle. And I had a vitamin E oil already on hand. So I used that along with the peppermint, the eucalyptus, the lavender, and the tea tree. I put those drops in the oil roller first, then topped it off with the vitamin E oil and gave it a good shake. The reason why I like using vitamin E oil instead of like any, and you can use whatever carrier oil you want. You just want to make sure you use a carrier oil of some sort. Vitamin E oil, if you get like the quality oil, which I'll include a link to that one down below. It actually is really good for your skin. It can help with anti-aging. It absorbs very quickly, even if you have dry skin, sensitive skin, so that way you're not constantly getting oil in your eyes all day. You don't want a bunch of oil sitting on your face either. So this is a great option if you're going to use it on your face like I do. It absorbs really quickly, but it also protects your skin from just putting straight essential oil on. Again, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. It's not intended to treat, diagnose anything. Make sure you check with your physician before you start trying this remedy. Make sure none of the oils are going to counteract if you're on a medication. And then PS. So the few times I've talked about this, people will say, you use this around your eyes? Yes, I do, because my eyes get so itchy and irritated and just water constantly. So I'm itching and rubbing. It's a vicious cycle. So I put it very carefully right here and then around. Make sure you don't get it in your eyelid. The peppermint oil doesn't feel so good. It won't hurt, but it's a little irritating. So just carefully put it on around there, around the eyes. And then I learned this trick when we were on a cruise. With seasickness motion medicine, you put it behind your ears. So I put it there. I put it on my throat because my throat would get really itchy. That helps too. And then I put it around my nose bridge. Just this whole area just really helps calm it down and keep it from flaring up and getting aggravated. Keeps me from sneezing, keeps my nose from running, my eyes from watering, itching. It calms my throat instantly, so that way it's not getting tight and feels like it's closing up on itself. And you can even put it on the inside of your wrist too, and just rub it on a little bit, and then just kind of, you can rub it in with your wrist too if you want to make it fully absorb. And then I just reapply it as needed throughout the day. I keep one in my purse, so that way I have it on hand. If I want to go on a walk, I keep it in my pocket. So this is the reason why you want to have like multiple roller bottles pre-made, so that you can have them kind of scattered wherever you're at, like your nightstand, your bathroom, like I said, my purse. I keep one in the fridge so it's nice and cold, because that feels good on hot days. You have that cold roller, and that helps calm your seasonal allergies too. So I hope this helps if you give it a try. Again, these are just things that I've experienced on my own with my severe seasonal allergies. It has been a lifesaver, and you need to know about it too. So if you try it, let me know. Like this video and make sure to subscribe because I share other natural skincare remedies. Again, the vitamin E oil helps with the skin. It's really good for dry, flaky, sensitive skin. So that's kind of how this all plays in together. Yeah, be sure to check out other videos down below.